All right, welcome to a special edition of the Mexican Soccer Show here with Foodnext Nation. I am Wiso. We are right in front of the University of Phoenix Stadium. If you can't see behind us, the big red letters here in Glendale, Arizona. The Copa America has finally started, which we already saw today with a Colombia and USA match. We're going to go ahead and start it, but first, the sad news that we hear from the sporting world where the legend, Muhammad Ali, the boxing legend, has passed away, and I'm sure you're scrolling through, and we definitely have to at least say something in the terms. I know that Julio Cesar Chavez
Yeah,
tweeted a picture of
yeah,
it,
of course,
and
yeah,
if we didn't mention it, I feel we all kind of felt a little awkward,
yeah,
kind of doing it right.
yeah.
So obviously, best wishes to the family and to the many fans, especially with what boxing was and is of what Muhammad Ali, what he did in the Olympics, and I know that actually he was here in Phoenix. I mean, had a home here in Phoenix, so close to home at the same time. So best wishes to that and the Mexican Soccer Show. Definitely, all thoughts and prayers to the family. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the Copa America. We apologize if you were with us on the last show. We had some technical difficulties with cameras and actual mics, but I think we've got it.
Just cameras and mics, right?
Just cameras and
No
mics,
big
which
deal.
is everything.
Is
But
it really a show without the cameras and
it
mics?
looks
We're on
like
point though.
we had
We
sound.
were really
We
good.
had so there's cameras.
Just nobody
and then
heard
mics,
us.
nobody heard us. But for some reason, we're able to. People are able to talk, to see us and text us, and we're fine. I think we've got it, and we decided to do it again because it's not fair to you guys. So it looks like everything's okay. Tom's gonna keep checking on his phone. So if you
Or maybe
tell
just
us
maybe
live,
he's not really interested. He's
Maybe
just
he's
checking
not really
Facebook. Right? It's like,
interested.
oh yeah, no, don't worry, gents.
we'll see that.
I'm checking the YouTube
Uh,
comments.
let's go ahead and start it. We have Cesar, we have Tom, we have Jason, we have Johnny, myself. All we're missing is Naive. Naive, if you're out there watching us, maybe you can make it Sunday nights. Maybe not. Too bad you're not here. But let's go ahead and get started. Right off the bat, Copa America started today. The celebration, it's finally here. The tournament, which I didn't, it's finally kicking in. Really quick, let's go to Jason with Copa America. First match, you did an article called Copa Daily for Football Nation. You do a recap. What happened? 2-0.
2-0, indeed. Lol. It was to be expected, I think. Colombia, I think on paper, Colombia's the better team, and it played out on the field. And I don't think there were any surprises in this match. The U.S. had their chances, but overall, Colombia controlled this match. I mean, it was just a dominant team, and necessarily wasn't dominant the entire match, but they had control over the match the whole time. I don't think there were any big surprises in the match. Colombia scored early, and they didn't necessarily sit on that lead, but they had control. They had their hands over that match the whole time. The U.S. had a few chances, but not many. They had plenty of possession, but not a lot to show for all that possession. So, to be expected. I mean, you think U.S. with the home advantage would have a little bit more
Where are they
to
playing?
say. In Santa Clara,
Okay.
Levi Stadium.
Full packed,
It was
Didn't get to
full,
watch
but
the
there was a
match.
lot of Colombians as well.
which
Yeah,
is
and
there was a
45,000.
lot of
The
yellow
story
shirts.
was
Yeah.
45,000 Colombians were singing the
35.
national anthem, and I mean, it was
35 to 40% Colombians.
Something like that, yeah. No, I mean, I agree completely with what Jason said. I just thought Colombia always had another game if they needed it. And I thought they controlled the game. Defending, basically. They didn't need to attack, I didn't think. I thought they played on the counter really well. But I think on the wider kind of take for the whole tournament, I don't know, just watching that game, it just brought it home that there's a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
there are a lot.
I
of
mean,
teams.
you look at that Colombia team. You look at Cardona, who's been probably the best player. Well, one of the best players in the whole Liga MX this season. Like an absolute star that could easily play in Europe. You've got like Baca up front there, the number 9 for Colombia. You've got who else have we got there? Help me out here. Cuadrado,
Yeah, Cuadrado on
and
the
then
other
James Rodriguez. I mean,
right.
that's.
Who's got a lot to prove? Who wants to do something?
But I mean,
Yeah.
as a front four, you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty strong.
Against anyone.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that goes for the Copa America. I mean, the CONMEBOL teams are extremely strong,
Yep.
and same with Colombia. I mean, I've been back in Mexico saying they're going to do great things, but the truth is there's a lot of good teams.
It looks like the way that we see Mexico, fans are seeing their Colombia, their fans are seeing Uruguay, their
Chile.
fans are seeing Chile.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Chile, Uruguay, Colombia, even Ecuador. I mean, their fans are like, I think we can beat the best. Brazil, Argentina. I mean,
obviously.
it is for the odds of, I think every fan thinks that they're
Yeah, no, that's why I think it's going to be a great tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think it's 5 of the top 10 teams in the world for the FIFA rankings are right here in the States this summer.
Although we have to take those FIFA rankings with a grain of salt, but yes, I do agree.
no, but it's
But
for
they-
them
but
to
yeah,
say,
I know.
as well.
It's not
to
just
say
debatable at the
Chile,
top.
Yeah,
at least the top 10. Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
I think what Switzerland and
And that doesn't include Mexico.
that does not include Mexico.
Mexico
That's
is
right.
still 16.
And the home field advantage for the U.S. I know the U.S. went against a Colombia team, but the U.S. has Costa Rica, and then who's the third rival?
Paraguay.
And Paraguay. I mean,
It's difficult.
could you see in a home field advantage, and they could still get maybe 6 points afterwards? It can happen.
get
That match
6 points, they
tomorrow,
could
that
get
match
none.
tomorrow morning, or like early tomorrow.
That Costa
Rica,
Rica Paraguay
Paraguay.
is going to be huge.
All,
Yeah, it's gonna
all
be
of
Oh,
a
yeah.
sudden, somebody gets a win in that could be pretty important.
Pretty
for
important.
who comes
Yeah,
out of this
I
group.
actually for Group A, I think the Paraguay, Costa Rica, they're playing for second place right then and there. I see the U.S. picking up draws against the other two, eliminating group stage. So that match tomorrow.
Three and out.
I mean, I'm not sure.
We used to chant 3 and
I'm
out.
not sure about
3 and out.
Paraguay. I
We
mean,
used to chant 3 and out.
Yeah.
for the
I'm not sure
US.
about Paraguay that much, but
When the
I
hatred was
I-
strong.
I think Paraguay are all right.
Yeah.
Well, anything can
I think
happen.
they're all right.
between
The
those
Liga
teams, though.
MX,
U.S.,
the
Paraguay,
All-Stars.
Costa Rica.
And I think that's where this tournament, and we've been talking about it. It's anyone's tournament on those few that are
Yeah.
there. I mean, I understand the
Yeah.
the
I
weaker
think,
CONMEBOL teams
you
might
know-
not have, but
Obviously, like, I love coming up here covering tournaments and all that, and obviously last year with the Gold Cup, but I think we were saying before, like, you come here and you see, like, Messi's playing, and we're going to see Luis Suarez, maybe not on Sunday right here, but he's going to be in the tournament. We saw James Rodriguez. You're going to see Chicharito. You see all these world stars, and it just puts it in context that this is the Copa America. I mean,
Yeah.
this isn't like the
Right.
Gold Cup.
Yeah.
No offense, obviously, to CONCACAF, but
no, it's
Uh,
this
I
is a different level.
I feel like
We-
I think there's a huge difference between the Gold
Yeah,
Cup and the
course there is.
this Copa.
Of course,
Yeah,
no, but
yeah, yeah.
I'm much more excited about
Oh yeah.
seeing
Oh, yeah.
not just the competition, but also the
And
putting
here-
into the Mexican context.
Yes.
Like
And-
to see Mexico play Uruguay, we'd have to wait, and if this was the Gold Cup, we'd have to wait to the final
Yeah.
to get like a
maybe
genuine, team. They're gonna come and play.
Because
against
sometimes in that
Mexico.
semifinal of the Gold Cup, it'd be like a Panama, or it'd be like I know some like, or maybe even like a Jamaica. Even the last time they played against Jamaica in the final, but that's usually the kind of team that you would face off in the semifinal.
Well, for us as Mexico fans, seeing a very competitive Mexico go into a very competitive tournament as the Copa America does not happen. 2007 is the last time that we saw
Yeah.
Mexico, and they did rather well. And that's where we'll start. We'll be talking a little bit about the match on Sunday, and then what are Mexico's real chances of making a splash in this tournament. We start by, Mexico, and Johnny mentioned it, has done really rather well in the Copa America. In the histories of Copa America, Mexico has
they've never won it.
They've never won it, but at the same time,
No,
it's not like outside of Brazil and Argentina, Uruguay. I mean, it's not like any other. We've been in finals. We've been in third place matches. The last time we were there in 2007 with a full squad, we beat an amazing Brazil. We killed Paraguay 6-0, if I remember, 6-1. We were able to beat Uruguay in the third place match. When Mexico's had its full squad, they have done really well in this match. Going back to the first match after the Cachirules incident in the 90s, where they didn't go in, nobody was expecting that Copa America team to make it to the final. The very first time Mexico was in a Copa America, they made it to a final. Sage was able to be a part of that team, and he talks about the surprise of the world that Mexico made it into a CONMEBOL. This is something now that Mexico can be a part of, and easily everyone's saying that this is a tournament that Mexico can win.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for Mexico to win the Copa America since I was 8, since that '93 Copa America.
I know how old Johnny is.
I remember sitting in front of the TV watching Mexico against Argentina. That's the final, 2-1, 2 goals by Gabriel Batistuta, a penalty for Mexico by Galindo, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember crying my eyes out after the final whistle because Mexico lost.
The
that
last time
final.
you cried for Mexico was in '93,
No, last time I cried.
'94,
Last time I cried.
2002.
Last time I cried.
Wait,
Last time I cried-
2002 never existed. We don't talk
Last
about
time I cried for
2002.
Mexico was 2011. Those were tears of joy when
When Gio scored that
No,
goal, or
the,
when we
the U17, the Chilena, the semifinal against Germany.
Oh wait, when you talk about Mexico 2011, that's not what I think of.
2011, yeah.
I think of Gio's goal.
Yeah, that's what I think of. That's what I
Tom,
think
when's the
of.
last time you cried for England?
Last night?
I'm always crying.
I
about
wish
it.
somebody was here
I'm always
from
crying about
Argentina.
No, well,
it. Don't
When's
cry
the
for me,
last time-
Argentina.
But like,
No, back to
back to the point. Mexico, with a full squad, they've finished second place twice. They've finished third place 3 times. When they have a full squad, they can beat anybody in CONMEBOL. Sure, Argentina and Brazil are stronger, but Mexico can still beat them. And because Mexico has always been the invited guest, they've never been allowed to host this tournament. They've tried to host this tournament in the past, and CONMEBOL has always rejected them. They're technically not hosting it this time, but they finally have home field advantage.
And yeah, this is the ideal opportunity for
They
Mexico to
have
finally win the
the
tournament.
full
Like,
squad.
you look at the Europeos who've actually done very well, and that's the core of the team. You look at the young, exciting talent. You look at Irving Lozano. You look at Jurgen Damm. You get Tecatito, who is a Europeo. But it seems like now is the opportunity. If there's a time for Mexico to win the tournament, it is
Yeah, so
now.
and
It
that's
is now. It
pretty
is
much
with
what
all the
everybody's saying.
support. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about the first match, which is Uruguay, which is right here at the University of Phoenix, and what we're seeing. Having discussions around, as much as we come in, we cover the team, we have our own thoughts and what we're at. It looks like I might be the only one that says that Uruguay is favored to win man to man.
I'm not gonna say it's.
I would say that they
I'm
are.
shooting for a draw on this Sunday.
I disagree. I think Mexico should win this game.
I don't know if they should.
I think
should
they
If
should.
they don't,
Should
if they don't
is
win
a-
the game,
Yeah.
is it a failure for Mexico? It's a fracaso if they don't win a
No.
game? Because I'm thinking if they're
No,
going against
No,
if they're going against Peru, then it's a fracaso. But they're
Yeah,
going
right.
against Uruguay. And let's talk about that team, Tom. Let's talk about what they
Yeah.
have from the goalkeeper all the way down. There isn't a weak spot where you can say,
well,
aside from Luis Suarez not being there, but there's not something where like Mexico might have the greatest advantage at this spot because Chicharito and Godin,
yeah.
they
No,
match
yeah.
up. Let's take our best Mexico and the best, what we have, and I guarantee you Uruguay can match up to it, or if not better.
I'd say there's not that much between the teams. I'd say obviously that I'm personally gutted that we're not going to see Luis Suarez on Sunday, and I think even
It's good to say
Osorio.
that. It's good to say
I
that.
think
Yeah.
even
I'm
Osorio
not.
will be disappointed that he can't put his team out for a test like Cavani and Luis Suarez up front. But what I would say is that I think Uruguay the type of team that can cause Mexico a lot of problems, and I say that style wise because I think that
Patadas.
not just
Physical.
that. Yeah, the physical, but not just they're not just dirty. They're very good at defending. And
Yeah, I say
one of
defensively,
the big reason is obviously you got Jimenez and Godin at the centre back partnership, which they just slot straight in from Atletico Madrid. They've just played in the Champions League final. I mean, it's the best defensive partnership in international football. I mean, that's nothing to. It's not easy to break that team down.
Right.
And I think Uruguay will be looking at this game and they'll be thinking a draw is okay.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think they're going to come without Suarez as well.
Yep.
Why would they come here and actually play expansive football? It's not in the DNA anyways.
Yeah.
They're gonna play. They're gonna try and keep it tight as possible.
Right.
We've heard the Mexico players Torres Nilo and Jesus Dueñas today, and Osorio have mentioned about Uruguay, but the set pieces and stuff. We know Godin
We're
and
gonna be
Jimenez
dominated
go up.
by set pieces and corners.
No,
Yeah, well,
I
I
hear,
feel like that is if they're gonna score, that's our weakest spot. Our corners, from what they have, from their height advantage, from the experience that they have. That's where I'm gonna be scared at.
I hear Tom say Uruguay is okay with a draw, and I agree with him, but that doesn't signal a team that is favored to win the game. If a team goes in knowing that a draw is okay in their mind, that team's in my mind is
Yeah,
never
but
going to be favored.
There's times where you can say, "I'll sign the draw right now if you give it to me because it's better not to lose."
both the teams would. Both the teams
I
would
think they
because
would.
because
I think,
losing this game on
It's
Sunday is massive.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
Right.
day,
You don't win that
if
first
both
game.
teams draw, they'll both think, right, who have we got left? We've got Jamaica and Venezuela. Venezuela, for me, the worst team in CONMEBOL. They've got big problems within the federation.
Also, you got to look at the
It
next
should
round.
be a victory.
You got to look at the next round too. They're not only thinking about those next opponents. They're thinking about the knockout round. They're thinking about, well, am I going to go against Argentina or Chile? And right now, it looks like there's a good chance Argentina might be in first place, and they don't want to.
Yeah.
Neither of those teams want to be in second place right now.
But, and one thing I would say about Juan Carlos Osorio and Mexico is I don't think there's any way Mexico will settle for a draw.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that this Osorio's whole philosophy is about going out and winning the game. He's talking like Bielsa. He's talking about
Yes.
moral value in the playing style and stuff. I mean, some of the conversations that Osorio is having in these press conferences, I think it's almost going over a lot of the Mexican press corps' heads. I mean, I don't think they're relating it to like Guardiola and Bielsa
Mhm.
because Osorio's a student of those guys.
Yeah.
And I think there's no way that Osorio is going to shut up shop and settle for a draw. I mean, obviously, if Mexico are winning 1-0, is he going to kind of tell his, the wingers to stop flying forward and the fullback? Yeah. But is Mexico going to go out and settle for a run? Never.
Right.
Never under Osorio. I just think his whole playing philosophy is completely against that. This is a team that is going to go forward and keep going forward, and in like Bielsa's teams do.
It seems like with all the different formations he uses, it also
All
seems
15.
Yeah, 15. Yeah. It seems like he always likes to use the two high pressing wingers as well.
Well,
Like, no matter if it's
he
three
always
center
tries
backs,
to come out regardless. You
if
have
it's
to
three
come out
center
for the win.
backs or if it's a four-man back line. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about that right away. Are there any news saying yes, this is the way it's going to start? Do you have any news, Tom, or anyone here with a formation that we're seeing?
I think we were talking before, but Johnny, you were saying, I don't know, maybe you can expand on it a bit about how you're not too happy that, in the preparation game and stuff, we've not seen a defined formation from Mexico
Yeah, I think.
or starting 11s.
Yeah, I think up until now, Osorio has not been tested by any of his opponents. I think he's taken the liberty to play around and experiment with Mexico's lineup, Mexico's formation, Mexico's roster. And I think this Copa America is kind of finally, put the pressure on Osorio. It's like, hey, now it's for real. Now you have to, present your starting 11. This is, what do you think the best Mexico team is? And, I want to, I'm not excited. I'm been eagerly waiting to see it.
What is Osorio starting 11?
Yeah,
look
what is in your mind?
Yeah.
Like,
Just Piojo's team.
But his starting 11 change. I assume his starting 11 is going to change from game to game. But we're going to see.
Guys, are we going to see really that much as a surprise? I mean, if you look at the four,
Well, I mean, I don't know. Let's go around.
Moreno,
What even what
Rafa.
formation are we going to see? Well, I mean, for me,
4-4-2, 4-3-2.
for me, it's the formation we saw against Paraguay.
Yeah.
Why? Because going back to the Bielsa thing, it's like if one of Bielsa's teams play against two central strikers, Uruguay usually play a 4-4-2. Maybe without Suarez, they might drop another man back into midfield, like play more
And that shows
4-5-1
respect.
or
That shows
4-4-1-1.
huge respect for Mexico.
We'll see what they do, but I think on paper, Uruguay play a 4-4-2, and the Bielsa philosophy is if you've got two strikers, you play three centre backs,
Yeah.
so you've got one spare man there. And if you're going against a team like Chile the other night in San Diego, which is playing a 4-3-3 with one central striker, then you play two centre backs.
Yeah.
And I think Osorio, almost. It was almost
We
Bielsa.
wished.
It
We
was
wished.
It was almost
We
Bielsa.
wished.
Not everybody wishes.
Yes.
Oh man, it's
Not
so,
everybody
it was so
wishes.
close. I assume it was so close. I don't know.
But
You
that's
assume that
that's
he's
part
going
of
to go with
the that's part of the Osorio.
So if it is the three, who are the three?
That's
the
a good
three
question,
for
I
me,
think,
they're and we go back to what we said before about the set pieces. For me, it's Moreno, Rafa Marquez,
Yeah.
and Araujo.
But see, when you say that, though, like maybe conceptually that makes sense. But we know there are a lot of fans who are going to see Araujo and be like, "That guy."
I think Rafa's starting.
That guy should be nowhere near the starting 11.
I think Rafa's starting.
I think there's a good
Rafa's
chance.
gonna
I think
start.
Rafa.
Right.
I think Araujo might, if he does start, I think that might be the huge problem. I think a lot of people will say,
Yeah, but for me, Araujo, he won the Olympic gold. He's a good player. He plays well in the league. Is he the best centre back in the world? Is he?
Do we have that?
Godin?
Do we have
No.
any options?
Well,
Diego
the other
Reyes.
yeah,
Reyes,
yeah,
the
yeah,
option.
yeah.
But I think this is the thing about Osorio. I think physically he wants a physical
I
side.
still don't
He
see
wants a team
Reyes
to
as
mix
being
it.
that.
Because he weighs like 10 pounds.
He's got a little, but I just don't see him. It's not like Reyes gives me so much more confident over
Araujo,
Araujo.
yeah.
I mean,
I-
like a
not
little.
to me.
Reyes
Just
has
a
long
little.
been-
Just a little.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh yes, we have Reyes.
Reyes has long been the thought he's gonna
who
be
is
the
not
next
have
center back
come
for
in,
Mexico.
has not flourished that.
and he's had a great season with Sociedad, but like
Where at?
So, no, but he switched. He
He's
was
not. He's
no, no.
defensive mid.
No, he also played as a center back as well. He
Yeah.
switched. I think it was half and half. He did actually do a decent job as a center back as well. Yeah.
but he doesn't inspire the confidence. He's not someone you could just plug and say, okay, he's Mexico's center back all the time.
We have no doubt, obviously, on the
No,
way. On the
I think Osorio, what he wants is, he said in the press conferences, Torres Nilo and Jesus Dueños were saying today, they're scared about the set pieces. They know Uruguay's a threat. So what does Osorio do to counter the threat? He goes back to there's no set starting 11. When you play Uruguay, the starting 11 is putting Araujo in there because he's a big physical guy, and putting Jesus Molina in front of the back three because he's also quite a big guy, and that's how you stop it. So you've got like almost 4 centre backs there.
I think the big thing too is like when we take a step back, is wondering how fans are going to respond to this, to Osorio's willingness to drop certain starters.
I think maybe that's why he's gotten us used to seeing all these crazy experiments that actually maybe
But the thing is, he's
out
gonna,
of
he's
you know
gonna look
having
like a genius. He's gonna look like a genius if it works.
Did he look like a genius last in Chile game?
I hope he doesn't care.
Yeah. That's what I
hope
hope.
he doesn't care what the fans are thinking.
Well, I think that's what we're
right.
saying. That if the only change is Nestor Araujo there and everyone else,
I'm
you
just
have the
thinking-
table, hey, well, if that's a
I'm just thinking. I'm also speaking for like the
Layun
federation
up
as well. I'm
top,
just thinking like the fickleness.
like
That,
you in
the federation has
the
too,
middle.
I gave Cesar and Tom this analogy earlier today. You know, Osorio is like a mad scientist right now in a lab. He can either produce some kind of genius or he can blow up the whole lab. You know,
Which almost happened in Chile.
One or the other thing is going to happen. And I don't like the 50-50 odds. I'd like, you know, to have Mexico's best players on the field. That means not Nestor Araujo.
So let's move out to the wings.
No,
to the
wait, just quick point. I'm buying into Osorio. I'm buying into him. I don't think he's going to blow anything up. I think if something's going to blow up, the thing is, Mexico fans right now, all right, there's some questions, but there's questions when they're winning games.
Yeah.
They haven't even conceded a game in 7, and there's still questions. And this is the problem with
because we haven't seen
Mexican
that.
football. We've not seen it, but at the end of the day, they've gone to Honduras where they've not won for like 20, 30 years. They've gone to Canada where they've not won for the same amount of time. They've produced results. You know, they've beaten Paraguay, they've beaten Chile. I'm not saying they've
Give
won a
credit
World
where
Cup.
it's due. Give credit where it's due. It's impressive.
My point isn't even that. It's like when the results aren't there, what's the pressure going to be like? And this is the wider question with Osorio for me. Doesn't have anything to do with the fans. It's when the pressure's on and the results don't come, because every manager in the world. I mean, you look at even Guardiola with Bayern Munich. Look at Real Madrid this season. Barcelona this season were in crisis.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is how football is these days.
Sure.
Mexico is going to be in crisis at some point under Osorio. And
Yeah.
then it's up to the federation to decide, do
right.
we believe in this guy or not?
I'm on Team Osorio as well. The thing is, like, I just hope that we have the pace for him, because I like the ideas that he has. I like that he's providing something entirely different. I like the fact that I don't know what formation.
All our questions are going to be answered on after Uruguay. Are we?
Well,
not questions.
I
but
didn't
finally
even know
what
if they're going to be
comes
answered
No,
after
no,
that.
no,
No,
way.
I feel
I
like
have no idea,
finally
yeah.
we're going to see the competitive team, his
No.
most competitive team against a great team, and we're going to see what he's made of.
Well, it's one
Because I think we
Yeah,
failed.
yeah,
in the pitch.
I think in
fe-
2
I
years
feel
we'll
we-
see what he's made of.
Yeah.
I think it.
Well, as of now, I mean, obviously what we've made of, but as of now, what he has been preparing with the colorful pens and all his
The funny thing
experiments,
is, I don't think
I want to
think
see what he finally came up.
I think we're saying this, but I think he's going to see that
The
first
mad
game just one of
science,
many. Just
the mad scientist, like this is it. This
Yeah.
is
No.
his creation. What we're going to see against.
I
Uruguay.
think it's going to cause a few waves around the world
And
this game on Sunday, because I think Osorio is going to play that crazy 3-4-3 formation,
you know what?
and I think people are going to really focus on it.
You know, Tom's saying that we're going to see the real Osorio in 2 years. I really hope that this Copa America is not just, you know, one piece of the puzzle for the 2-year plan, because as a fan, I've been waiting for Mexico to win a Copa America for a really long time. And if he's just going to use this as a token for his
No, he
national
wants
plan-
to
If this leads up
win.
to World Cup, I don't care. Let's get him last place. If this leads up to a
you
good
want to
World
win,
Cup,
and he's gonna try to win this World Cup. But all right, let's be honest. So before we kind of start ending and we start wrapping up the show, we talked a little bit about defense. Layun, questions. Paulo Aguilar.
I mean, if he's using a 3-man formation,
I haven't seen Paulo Aguilar as 100%, but this is the guy that has earned the spot to be there.
But he's playing out of position.
Exactly.
Paulo Aguilar was playing in the middle of the field behind the strikers. Who in their right mind plays Paulo Aguilar?
Well,
in that
that's
position?
but that's
it's a
the
product of
crazy
the
experiment that
friendlies.
Chile. I really
it's
don't
best
think that
to
he's
ignore
gonna
the Chile match. 4 days before a major tournament starts.
But then we have to ignore the fact that he hasn't been playing at his best form.
No,
Because, Paulo Aguilar is a natural winger. You don't put him on the wing.
But
he's not gonna shine.
he didn't look sharp. He didn't look Paulo Aguilar. His passes. I didn't see him physically.
Of
I just
course
didn't
not.
think he was.
If you're in a soccer field and you're running around, when you're used to having the sideline next to you as a referee,
Layun was somewhere else, and he didn't look
Layun is used to playing different positions. Paulo Aguilar is not used to playing different positions. Aguilar's used to having.
I still think Paul's going to get just because of what he's earned and what he's done and
No,
what he has created.
I don't think it even depends on his form. It depends on the opposition.
Yeah.
I think the other thing
The formation.
that's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
frustrating from what I've read in the Mexican press these days is that I think there's a difference between formation and the idea of how you want to play.
Mhm.
I think the idea of how Osorio wants his Mexico team to play doesn't change. The formation changes.
Yeah.
He basically wants numerical advantage in different areas of the field. It's juego de
First,
posición.
third, second, third,
You know.
like he keeps talking about.
I mean, he wants the numerical advantage, and it takes a lot of risk because you have to pile players into certain areas of the field at certain when the ball's there, and you have to win the ball back quickly. But it could be a 3-4-3 against Uruguay. It could be a 4-3-3. I mean, I think it's going to be a 3-4-3 because of Uruguay's two strikers. But to a certain degree, that doesn't matter. It's like the Aguilar. If they play a 4-3-3, Aguilar's going to play.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's almost certain to play.
That's right.
And if it's not, then he won't play. And I think the players are fully aware of that. They know that they have to adapt to Osorio. And I think the number one positive, well, maybe number one, but equal with Chicharito's form. The other main positive for Mexico going into this Copa America for me is that from what I've seen from the players, they're buying into what Osorio's saying.
Yeah.
Because it would have been easier to them to say, who is this guy? What has he done? What has he done? You know, he's managed Atletico Nacional.
I say what
No,
what
no,
what
no,
has
what
he
is-
done?
He's
I
managed
still say,
Puebla, like,
I
six,
still say,
7 days.
I still say that he.
I think
What did
for
he do,
Mexico
but
too,
whatever.
the depth. I mean, I
Yeah.
think they have a lot of depth that they haven't had a lot. Osorio has options and he has good options in a lot of positions. Like the attacking options, he has choices of where he can go on those wings.
On
He
the
can
wing.
go
Yeah,
with
the
the
wings, yeah,
experience.
yeah.
He can go with the youth. Like he has options, and they're not bad options. Different ways he can go.
Molina, Andres Guardado, and
Herrera.
Herrera. I mean, for sure. Especially Herrera and Guardado.
Yeah, definitely.
Chicharito up top, and then that's where we can see Aquino. We can see Chucky Lozano. I'm sorry, Chucky
I mean,
Lozano.
I think that when we're looking at those wingers, it's exciting because I mean, they're 4 names.
And Tecatito.
It's Dam, Tecatito. You have Lozano, and then you have Aquino. Yeah, and even Aquino, he seemed like a backup player to me.
We keep saying how Aquino is his form and
Oh yeah,
how he's
I mean,
using
even
it.
the
All of a
last
sudden
game, I thought he
stepped
was
up
really exciting. I thought he was an exciting player to watch. So like,
Definitely.
Playing
Yeah.
well.
he's
Yep.
playing very
He's in
well.
form.
and motivated. I
Yeah.
haven't seen. I don't know what it is, but Cruz
He
Azul.
presses. He presses well.
Do you
Like,
remember before the
unlike a
Copa?
lot of those other players, his pressing is key. It's what it made him so successful with the Olympic team.
If only his shooting was better.
Do you remember? Do you
That's
remember before Copa America? Javier Aquino before Copa America, before they went 2 years ago when he was in Cruz Azul, when he was amazing, and he was. I'm seeing that Aquino once again, not afraid, going and I mean almost physical
Yeah.
Aquino.
I'm excited to see which combination he picks.
Mm.
'Cause I think.
I don't know.
completely
We're
agree.
sitting in that
We
press
haven't
box.
even mentioned Raul.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
Raul
the
Jimenez.
talent that
And
Raul
Raul
is and
Jimenez,
how he
right.
could be used. Because he is
Oh, your buddy.
a player that could be used in a lot of different ways as well.
Yeah.
He's a hardworking player as well.
Absolutely.
Throw,
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
something out there. If they do play that 3-4-3, and we've just been describing that formation,
Yeah.
then the number 10 is Gullit Peña.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like,
Osorio seems to
Pizarro.
really like him. Osorio seems to really like.
I'm not sure. I feel
That's
about,
a question
I'm not sure. I feel
I
about
think-
Peña there. I'm not sure.
No,
Like,
fine.
I feel like no,
I feel that even out of position, Tecatito Corona would be a better number
better
10
there.
than Peña.
A
He's played there
creator?
before, though. He's
That's-
played there before.
The
Yeah,
fun
it's
thing
not his
is-
strongest position, but I think he'll be a lot better option.
Here's the funny thing:
I
is
would
like,
do more
what would you guys,
of
even though he's on the roster, doesn't a player like Giovanni Dos Santos kind of seem like he could have been there in that number 10 spot? No, not at all whatsoever. No,
I don't think it was
All
really
right.
truly a number 10.
I feel like just because he was
there hasn't. We haven't
just
had
because
that
he's a
number
little
10.
bit more of a free
That
flowing
number 10
second
doesn't
striker.
exist
No,
anymore.
yeah, definitely.
rarely.
I mean, Giovanni's Giovanni. isn't he?
Honestly, I would think
Um,
Pizarro would be the next number 10, like that type of
It's
player.
hard to
Pizarro.
see Gio anything but like a bench option at this point.
Yeah.
But a really
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah,
bench
yeah. I
option.
mean, like I considered him to be a bench option, but I would have just it would be interesting.
If Gio was at 100% and like he was in Villarreal and
You're chasing a goal and bring on Gio.
I tell you what, though. Gullit
Leon
Peña,
Vela,
obviously, we know going forward, he's such a direct player. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no
I think
kind
he's
of like
needed in this type of game.
messing around. He's not very technical.
Yeah.
He's like straightforward. You know what you're gonna
Yeah.
get. But let me make this other point. Going back to the physical side,
I think
Gullit
he's needed.
Peña compared to
Yep.
Gullit Peña
Yeah, yeah.
compared to Pizarro, Gullit Peña
Yeah, that's
depends
true.
Especially
compared to any other Mexican
especially
number
for-
10. If you're defending a corner,
Yeah,
you put Gullit Peña back there. Mexico have actually been defending corners with 3 players up front. and you've got the 3 quickest players. So you've got like Chicharito, Lozano, and Tecatito,
Yeah.
whoever it may be. You know,
Yeah,
like
any of those
wing.
players, they're all really
And that drags the opposition players out there, and then Mexico suddenly fill the box with Gullit, Peña, Molina, you know, the centre back.
That's exactly what I want to see when if we're getting out, if it's a physical game, if it's Uruguay's is pushing around, here comes Gullit Peña with his ball control and that physical side. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be great to see.
We've seen some really troubling performances from Peña with the national team, though. I think
That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, I'm still not convinced.
I don't think that's ever very scientific.
Yeah.
Like what has he done with the national
I
team?
guess
kind of argument,
Paraguay, I
but
felt that he was one of.
there's been some troubling performances for Peña.
I think there's a question mark about mentally.
Everybody.
Where is that? Mentally,
I
is
think
he there?
I think that's kind of what I'm alluding to.
Is he there?
Luis Velasquez is now in
I mean,
Chivas. He's getting a
I mean, he's
it's
not
not
Montes.
Luis Montes.
He's not
but
Montes, man.
It's Luis Montes B.
I mean, in the World Cup, there's a lot of rumors going around about Peña was more interested in arranging the tickets for his family and friends and all this kind of thing rather than like actually being
That'll probably be me too.
being focused on the game and like. I don't know. It just kind of all passed him by.
I was
because-
saying he's like out there somewhere, like hanging with his family,
He
like,
comes
selling
in.
tickets.
Yeah.
Boletos. Busca el boleto.
No confirmation. Tom sometimes makes up his stuff.
But go back to 3 months before the 2014 World Cup.
That's
Peña had
massive.
an opportunity.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
not just to be at the
Yeah.
World Cup, but to make a mark and then
He was the
Go.
guy.
Yeah, he
the
was
guy
the guy. Yeah,
coming
most
into
definitely,
that,
yeah, he was,
too,
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all the momentum in the world. I mean, we're talking about him going to Europe at that point.
But are we really
We
gonna say?
talk-
Are we really
usually
gonna say he's
talk
on
about
this?
people going to Europe all
Are-
the time.
true.
Are we really
But
gonna say
he
he's
was
on the
the
same
guy.
level? Are we really gonna say he's on
Jurgen
the same
Damm is
level
still
that he was
here.
then?
Jurgen Damm's still here.
Yeah.
That's what we said. Aside from Uruguay, so all of you guys think Mexico has a chance. Everyone's taking
there's
the
a
side.
chance, yeah.
Everyone's taking the safe side. Maybe it's going to be a tie, except for Johnny. Johnny saying Mexico will win.
2-0.
I'll be the one that says I think Mexico loses this match,
You can get out.
and I hope not. I hope that I'm completely wrong, but I feel like Uruguay one-on-one, the physical. I feel like they need something to prove. I'm going. I think Uruguay is going to take this, and then we have something to prove in the next 2 games.
Going with the 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw,
1-1.
1-1,
Scoreless draw.
scoreless draw,
2-0.
winner, and we'll do that. Aside from that, really quick, just to see where obviously the other matches that are coming in, aside from the Copa America, you were mentioning, now that we're getting to see Messi, we're getting to see, Luis Suarez, hopefully Chicharito. This is a Copa America that anyone can win, and we were all mentioning that if there were the Argentinian soccer show and the Colombian soccer show and all the different soccer
Might be in
shows,
another
maybe in
parking lot over
another
there,
part
yeah.
of the everyone is saying this is a tournament they can win.
I'd go crash those shows.
Right now, we just go
Yeah.
crashing. But I feel like those 6-7 countries can win the Copa America, and I feel that's how it is.
6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 3 group games,
Yeah.
quarters, semis,
Single
finals. There's no
Yeah.
extra time in the knockout rounds.
One errant ball. That's all it
Yeah.
takes.
But having said that, there's nobody in better form than Mexico. There's nobody in the world with better results over the last couple of years than Mexico.
Against CONCACAF.
I think we've got
Argentina.
was-
In what
no,
sense are they better?
in
results?
sense Mexico's the run is 19 games unbeaten, and the next on the list is 11, which is Spain and Northern Ireland. So Mexico are the form team globally right now. So there's a lot of, and for me, Cesar alluded to it before, but I think Mexico have got a core group of players that play in Europe: Moreno, Guardado, Herrera, Chicharito.
I think as long as you have that core,
Layun.
I think as long as you have
And
that
I think-
core,
But those guys, I think,
And they're all playing well, coming out of a
Yeah.
seasons that they're all been.
But
we
they're not-
haven't had before.
they're not
Heavy
just
support.
they're not just good players. I feel they're very professional, and I feel they're
Yeah.
very dedicated to the national team, and they're desperate to make an impact.
Yeah.
They want to make an impact with this national team, and where is better than right here, right now in
Yeah,
the States for this Copa America?
That's right.
Tom, now you're getting me inspired.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Gosh, we're gonna
Give me
win.
a jersey. I'm gonna go out
Yes,
there.
go out there.
Send me into the dressing room.
Wow.
Again.
Mexico in this tournament can win. Let's bring down expectations.
See, that's what
Wait,
Let's
that's
bring
what
down
I'm worried about. I just don't want us
expectations.
to get so
No,
excited.
I don't know if you guys remember back when the draw of the groups. I said Mexico needs to minimum make the final. I still hold that.
No.
Minimum make the
I
final.
think semifinals is fine.
I think if
semifinals
we're
is good. It's a good
here-
benchmark for me.
I think
Minimum.
if we're here,
Depends on what they do.
for that third place match and winning that third place match, I think it's a good positive.
No,
result for
we've
Mexico.
done that
think
3
semifinals-
times before. Third
Yeah.
place is
And
nothing
we don't have a
special anymore.
Messi.
I don't
We don't
think
have a Luis
Third
Suarez.
place is nothing
We don't have a
special
Godin.
anymore.
We
for
don't
all
have,
the contenders.
have you seen the Argentina team? Like
Argentina, Brazil,
that we might face.
Colombia, Mexico, all these teams that you think have this decent chance, depends on what they do. It's not
Yeah.
where they go out in the tournament. You can't set a mark semifinal, quarterfinal, final. Depends on what they do on the field.
But that's
Right,
what the fans
like-
want to hear. They want to
Like you can't set a mark.
Wait,
and say,
we
this
don't
is where
lie
you
to
get
you.
to. It
Yeah.
Johnny
depends on what
might,
happens on the field.
but he actually
Yeah,
believes
no,
it.
that's
I do.
You
He
embarrass
believes it,
yourself,
which is
and you
good.
you,
Which is
you
good.
lose like in penalties or
No,
something.
yeah, that's
Like
entirely
it
true.
depends on
Yeah.
what happens.
That's
All
entirely
these teams have a chance to make it. Let's see what happens.
All right, well, let's agree with before we leave on the groups. Anybody have U.S. coming out of the group?
true. I have him a second.
Second?
It's just such an odd group that you honestly got 3 teams that
Tomorrow's
I'm gonna-
gonna be.
Okay, can we ask tomorrow? I feel Costa Rica,
maybe there'll be a better question after tomorrow.
Costa Rica, Colombia.
I mean,
Johnny's not afraid to sign his name on something. No.
CONCACAF.
USA gets eliminated in group stage. Yeah.
So Colombia obviously, and then everyone's second team,
Colombia and Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Colombia, Paraguay.
And you know what?
You think Paraguay?
Costa Rica might
Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Well,
Paraguay,
I mean,
Costa
I
Rica.
feel-
Costa Rica
Man,
might even
Ramon
qualify
Diaz,
as one of the third
Ramon
places.
Diaz is an impressive coach.
Yeah.
And when they played Mexico, they didn't have some of the players there.
I don't know.
That Benitez guy for Cruz Azul, if he creates a lot of chances. If he can score a couple.
Costa
I'm
Rica,
not sure he can. But
Costa Rica doesn't have Navas.
Costa Rica could qualify as one of the third place finishers.
There is no third place.
There's no third place.
Anyway,
All the
Johnny-
rule changes so confusing.
three groups there are.
Yeah.
4 groups there
anyway, I'm saying Mexico win the
The
group. I
competition?
think it's going to be a draw
Yeah.
on Sunday here.
Yeah.
are.
1-1.
Win-win, 7 points.
But I think Uruguay might slip up against Jamaica because
you could
Yeah,
see,
Uruguay-
you
we
could
were-
see
we were
that.
talking about
points
You
against any of
could
these
totally
teams.
see Jamaica stealing points from Uruguay
Yeah.
if they
Any
try to
of
play
these
that
teams,
physical
they could.
and that,
Yeah.
which they have, which they lost. I mean, Uruguay's have a different Uruguay with the players that they have. Be ready. I think that Mexico Jamaica match is also going to be very interesting.
Hard to
Absolutely.
see. To me, it's hard to see Jamaica coming away with anything but a loss at the Rose Bowl. That's like a stick at number 2 for Mexico.
No, I think that they've
the
given us
Rose Bowl in LA.
I feel like Jamaica's
is
one of the more. I
sacred
think they're
ground.
one of the more underrated CONCACAF teams.
but
Oh,
Mexico in
Mexico,
LA.
Mexico
It'll
in
be
LA.
a
Yeah,
Mexico in
yeah,
LA.
Yeah, but
Points,
they
Yeah, no, I agree.
Do you remember the Trinidad and Tobago game for the Copa Oro here was 4-4? Like
Yeah.
I could
Charlotte,
see
yeah.
that happen.
I think that's something to
Yeah,
keep in mind
Charlotte.
too. It's just like I don't want to talk about this too much because I'm a Mexico fan, but it feels like we have the same kind of conversation before the last Gold Cup. We're like, all right, Mexico, it's going to be easy, blah blah blah. But Mexico stumbled into that final. Like they really did. They needed some help there, and like if
Plenty of
it
help.
wasn't for Guardado,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I mean,
the
I
team
feel like
is back.
I mean, I
that
all
team's
signs-
managed
all
to win.
signs all signs seem to indicate that Mexico will do very well in this tournament. But I feel like we wouldn't have to look too far into the past to see.
Get used
that
to
one.
it.
Yeah.
You don't
We're
know
a
in
great
tournaments
team
like
now,
Yeah.
and we playing horrible and still winning. That's sometimes what happens with great teams.
Yeah.
We've seen it before,
That's right.
and
Oh, we're starting to sound like NFL analysts.
yes. I'm just saying we
I mean,
could.
it's kind of appropriate,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yikes.
With what we saw at Chile, I mean, that's a quote that it stood by me. Get ready because that's how great teams win sometimes, playing horribly. But it's that one goal at the end. That's how we've gotten beat many times.
And
I think if Mexico scores
Possession.
goals and then no one scores goals on them,
The win.
And you
No,
know, and you know what? I'm okay with winning
I
ugly.
didn't think of that to say.
yeah,
I'm okay with winning ugly. As, just some of the fans out there, they seem to want to win pretty and win with style, and I get a lot of.
aren't those
Like
American
for-
fans?
Yeah, I hate American.
you have that
I
asterisk.
think
I
those are
love-
American fans.
I love the
Think
America,
about
but I hate American.
think about countries that won a great tournament playing horribly.
Greece.
Yeah.
right? And you just keep that asterisk right there.
And
Is that going to happen in
Uruguay
Mexico?
pretty much, no?
I'll take the Copa
they won.
America with an asterisk. I don't care.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well,
Dubious penalties and everything.
obviously the Copa America is here. We're all starting to feel it. Tom is inspired as that Mexico's going to win it all.
Dude,
And
Tom,
this
you
is
got to
the
give the
team.
halftime.
Tom's got to give the halftime TED talk.
Hey,
Is it-
I'll put my name in the hat
¿Por qué tienen
if there
tres?
is a hat.
Porque nos respetan, carajo. That was Luis Fernando Tena at the Oro. Hopefully, he can call in during
Way to
halftime.
plug in the
over
Leon
there.
coach there.
Yes. Well, let's not talk about Leon. But that's it, guys. It's awesome to be a part of the Mexican Soccer Show, especially when we have, we're here live. And like I said, we wish Nayib was here. but the temperatures are cooling down.
It's only like about like 104.
No, it's
Yeah.
like 92 degrees. Calm down.
It's beer. It's beer time. That's what it is.
That's it's beer.
No,
It's
I
beer
don't
o'clock
drink beer,
somewhere.
Johnny. You know that.
Huh?
Better wrap this up.
Games tomorrow should be interesting. It's the only
Wait,
time we
games
have
tomorrow?
3 games. We have 3 games tomorrow. Everybody to watch.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
What's up? What's the next thing for Mexico tomorrow? There will be a practice. There will be a press conference
At some time.
at some time that they haven't told us yet. So we'll definitely bring you
Yeah,
Periscope.
yeah.
We'll bring you all the coverage. Everyone here is either doing some type of article for ESPN FC, Soccer Mexicana, Food Next Nation, Prost America. So you're definitely seeing a lot of coverage with everything we have. Tom and I are in this great little quiniela with Charlene Corral and also Dana Castellanos, which is the sub-17 player for the Golden Boot that won in Costa Rica. Great, probably one of the best female players under 17, and she joined Food Next Nation to do this great quiniela. We needed her expertise. Charlene Corral also, and
That's a
Tom
pop star, right?
Naib. And we invited Poncho Resca, which is a pop star in Telehit. Check him out. Who's got
You know what?
who wanted to be part of it.
I'm cheering on for Charlene Corral. I'm hoping she wins it all.
All right, well,
Me too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already
Yeah,
below
me
because
too,
I put
yeah.
a tie. Everyone put Colombia and I put a tie, and we'll see where we're going. Keep it here with the Mexican Soccer Show. It's a pleasure. This Copa America is finally here. You're feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
As Johnny
do it.
said, he's finally getting into that El Tri mode, and we're gonna see him crying when it's 1-0 final there in New York, and Mexico lifts up the Copa America, and it finally has happened.
You know, I just remember I cried during the 2012 Olympics.
It's a lot of crying.
I didn't
Yeah,
cry.
that's a
then.
lot of
I
crying,
didn't
man.
cry then.
Yeah,
Last
that
time,
was
last
fun.
time I shed a tear for Mexico, it has to be
I don't like to think that.
2000. No, it was a happy tear.
Yeah, happy tears.
Happy tears.
The Olympic gold medal was pretty big.
I know. I think it was Rafa Marquez's goal versus Argentina.
I don't
I think that was the first time I
2006.
remember. 2006. I think that's the last time. Like a happy. Like I don't know where it came
And
out.
what did the Maxi Rodriguez goal do to you?
What did
He also
Borghetti?
cried.
I actually cried. I was just... All right, guys. This has been the Mexican Soccer Show, and we saw Tom, Cesar, Jason, and Johnny. We're signing out. Definitely keep us with all the food. With Food Next Nation and all the coverage that we have. Cesar is actually going to go and shut us off over there. And we'll see you guys on the next edition of the Mexican Soccer Show.